What is going on, guys? Welcome to another crypto video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to teach you the strategy on how to always win. I'm going to be teaching you one of my personal strategies called wall. And I'm going to exactly explain what wall is, how you use this strategy, and how you could put this strategy into use right now if you do it correctly. So we're taking a look at a token that just recently launched out of Pump.Fun, and we're going to use the wall technique in play. So what we're going to do with the wall technique is we are going to be investing 1.5 SOL into this token. But the way we're going to be using this is we're going to be using the wall technique to make sure we're always constantly winning. So what I want to do right here, guys, is I am going to buy at 100K market cap. So we're going to buy 0.15 right here. Once it hits 100K market cap, we're going to wait for a nice little dip here. If it doesn't dip, we'll probably come in at 105. We're going to take a look at what we see here. And that is the entry we want to get at one there, at one right there. We got the entry at 1. So here is where the technique comes into play, the wall technique. And basically what the wall technique stands for is means win always, WA, limit loss. Basically what that's going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to always win, but also limit your losses. So as you see right here, guys, we got this 1.02 entry, but what we're looking for right now is we already got the win always strategy. Now we got to get the LL strategy, which is the limit loss strategy. So why did we divide our SOL into half? The reason why we divided our SOL into half is so we could also limit our losses. And the way we're going to limit our losses here is we are actually going to be waiting for an 80K dip here. So we're going to be waiting for this to dip 80K, and then we are going to buy, once again, 0.75, but once again, we're buying that at the 80K dip. So basically right now, we're just sitting here, looking at the chart. We're waiting for this to actually happen. Now, does this actually happen all the time where the token actually drops? You know, it could drop all the way to 80, it could drop to 47. Right now, we're kind of looking at this chart. And the reason why we're looking at this chart in this pattern is because we're looking at the 30-second chart. Usually if you were to put this into the 1-second chart, you're going to be kind of making like, you know, a little bit harder decisions on this particular play. But I like the 30-second chart just because it gives me better candles that I can kind of visually base my feedback on and kind of get an idea. So we look at our position right now. We are actually positive, which is a good thing because we entered at the 100K. That 100K mark was nice. But we were actually, right now, we're hoping for red candles. We're like, red candles come. Red candles come. We need red candles. Okay, so you're probably wondering, this is crazy. This is a really crazy strategy. But this is a strategy that's going to help you guys to always win, especially when you guys are investing in pump funds. Remember, not everything goes up all the time. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that when it goes up, you're winning. So what percentile are we looking to sell here? So basically right now we're at the 100K market cap. Usually a 3x would probably be where we want to sell. So we go to our sales here, and we go to limit. Basically, for us we put 0.75 here. For us to get like a nice return here that we could be happy with. I'd probably be happy with this one if I were to get 2 SOL out of this. So 2 SOL will put me at 275, so almost 300K market cap. But I could actually limit my loss here with the wall strategy. And instead of having to reach 273, maybe when we get to 217, I could actually make a bigger bag than that 2 SOL that I'm going to, I'm thinking about making. So let's go back to the market strategy here. And we are still in our wall. So right now we haven't had a dip, which is a good thing. Of course, we don't want things to dip, but what we do want is we're actually praying for a red candle. We want this red candle to dip so hard, bro. If it could dip to 80K, maybe 65K, that is going to be godsend for us, because with this strategy, you are not investing your full bag, but when you do invest your full bag, you're actually gaining more than losing more. And that is what we want to do. That is why this wall strategy is super important. And if you guys want to share this strategy with your friends, I highly recommend you guys do so, because I want to help as many people to always win when it comes to trading, not only Pump.Fun tokens, but trading in general. This strategy works not only for long-term plays, it works for short-term plays, it works for Pump.Fun, and being able to use this strategy is super cool. Now, one cool thing about this particular platform that I'm currently using right now, which is Bullix, if you're not in Bullix, highly recommend you guys definitely check it out, because it's going to give you the advantage that you could use the wall strategy here to be able to trade while you're sleeping. So basically, let's say I wanted to use this wall strategy, right? And I'd be like, you know what? I want to make sure that I purchase this at 60K. So basically, what I would do is I would go to limit and I would bring this down. And instead of, sorry, I would go to buy. I go to buy here. I click this limit right here. And I would say, you know what? I want to buy whenever it hits 60K. I want you to buy my 0.75. And you could literally set that limit there. So you're basically not doing anything. It's automatically doing it for you, which is really cool. But the great thing about this particular token is that it's not coming down, guys. That's a good thing, right? So we could theoretically do this live and do it manually, but that's how you would do it if you were doing this on a like if you were training this not live, right? So right now we're at 160K market cap. We are looking like we might not even get a dip, to be honest, guys. Like I want a dip, but it's looking like it's not happening. It looks like the wall strategy is ready to be in play. But the thing here is you want to win. So remember, guys, we want to sell at, like, I believe it was like almost close to 300, right? We want to sell like almost close to 300. We're looking to get 2 sold from here. We put 0.75. Now, theoretically, you could easily have gone and been like full aped in, right? Like 100. I could have full aped in those 2 souls that I wanted to put in there. But I decided not to because this is part of the strategy. Remember, the whole point of this is for you to win, not for you to super make a ton of money in the sense where you're putting 20 soul, 30 soul, and then having that fear factor that, oh my goodness, I am going to extremely lose on this play. No, what we want is we want to make sure that you're winning more than you're losing. And when you lose, it's not going to hurt that much because you guys will be in this play, right? So basically, this is doing really well. Technically speaking, I should have called this in my call group, when I saw this, but since we're doing a video, I couldn't call it. But if you guys don't want to miss plays like this or other really big plays that I've gotten a lot of people in there, 100x, 200x, 50x, 10x, 1x, 5x, you guys are definitely going to want to check that call group. We'll go to my X account. Link is down below, and there should be a link to my TG right there, so you guys can definitely join. So really, really awesome, guys. So this play, unfortunately, I hate to say this. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten a red candle where it drops below where I want to have my LL, right? So we already got the WA. We got the wall strategy, win always, all right? So we got the win always strategy. That's for the first buy. And then our second buy is the LL buy, which is the limit loss buy, but we haven't been able to do that. So in retrospect, right, if this doesn't dip below, let me explain how this would actually work, so you guys can get an idea. So we are going to be buying right here. So we bought right here, okay? So we bought right there at the 100K market cap. And what we were waiting for is we were waiting for this dip of at least 80 to 70, maybe 55. We were actually waiting for that dip, which is going to happen like somewhere around this area. And let's say it would have happened right here. This is where we would have bought our 0.75 again. Now, what that would have done, it would have lowered our average price from 0.2. It would have actually lowered that down right here to like maybe 80, right here. But the great thing, advantage of this is we would have picked up more SOL right here. We would have picked more Astro tokens. All right, so we would have picked more Astro tokens here at the bottom, which would have brought down our average cost. But our exit, which would have been at 300K, would have made us even more profit due to the fact that we were able to collect more tokens here than we did here. So basically the way you want to do it is, for this video, I divided it into half so you guys can get an idea. But usually what I like to do is I like to buy in smaller here. So instead of buying, if it's 2 SOL, I will theoretically do like maybe 0.5, 0.6, and then I will dump the big bag on the bottom one. The reason I do that is because that gives me more tokens. And when this goes up, eventually when it goes up, or even if it goes average, I'm able to pull out more than I am able to get here. But this is actually going pretty parabolic. I don't know if my call group is going to be, you know what? I'm going to call it in my call group right now. Dude, if you guys are watching this video, you're like, man, you should have called that when you bought in. But, this is because I was making a video. I couldn't call it. But let me call this in the call group, see what this does. It should give some people hopefully, get some people nice returns here. This is going to be kind of like a high probability one. Okay, so we're gonna go. It's actually a very nice dip for if people are trying to get in here. So I'm gonna call this in the call group. Do your own research. Could send. All right, and we're gonna call this in here, and let's go ahead and put that there. And I'm gonna say I'm looking for a 300k exit. Exit here, 300k, and I'll put we are trading this live on the next video. All right, so this is pretty funny. All right, so I called this out. This is getting called out like at 190. I'm gonna say we're calling this like at 150 because I'm pretty sure it's gonna dip a little bit lower than that. So we'll see that. We'll see what that goes. So right now we are right there. So like I said earlier, our main exit strategy here, we're trying to get this to 300 k market cap. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase this. We're gonna zoom in a little bit here. And oh, why did I draw there? Okay, so let me close here. And right now it's at 190. So this is a beautiful dip. I like when I usually make calls, I either call them right off the start, which is when I got into this one was like a 100k market cap, or I like to call them in a dip just because I like to make sure people get in a dip and they get a nice little 2x, 3x, or even it's like 20 to 30% gain. That's awesome. So right there we got the 140 dip. So hopefully people got in there. The people that came from the call group, they get in here. And this should give you a nice return here. If you get this to from 150 to 300, that's actually a pretty good return right there. So people would be happy once this hits the 300k market cap. So we're pretty much holding here, but eventually, so as you see right here, it's kind of giving a correlation right here, right? So this is gonna correlate really fast right here. Where is my little drawing pad here? Where is my little drawing in here? Dude, I cannot find. There it is. So this is giving a nice little correlation here. And we're going right here. All right. So what we're looking for is this to go like around right here. Okay. And then I'm expecting a bounce to 300, which is when I'm going to exit because, I don't want to be in this coin too long. So that's when we're going to pretty much exit. But we got some really nice buys in there. So let's put this back to 30 seconds. Give us a little bit better idea here. Oh my Lord, it's drawing. Stop drawing. All right. So let's give us a better idea here. That way. Oh, dude, really? Oh my Lord. All right, let's go here. All right, so we're right here. We're at right now at 190. It had a nice little dip there, and now people are buying in here, which is really really good. The candles are getting eaten up, but once again, we're looking for a 300 exit strategy here. So we're just waiting for this to go. So right now it's at 209. So we're waiting for at least 100 more. Hopefully, the people from the call group are able to get in that 150 dip. And they could exit at 300. I literally said, that's basically what I think this coin has the potential of hitting 300. And from 300, it just pretty much kind of boils down to the team. I haven't even checked the TG. I didn't check the X account. This is just going from from being just, I think it's a God-given gift that I'm able to see something and say, this is going to do well. This is not going to do well. Usually like my trade, analysis, if you go to my channel, my TG channel, you'll notice like my percentile win rate is like 95 and above. And that's, I haven't really narrowed it down, but that's pretty much what it kind of is. But right now, these are just pretty much on calls I make, right? So right now we're sitting at that 200k market cap. I believe the way the chart is moving, I think in the next, I would say probably 10 to 15 minutes, we should see that 300 push right there. So right now, unfortunately, we weren't able to do the LL strategy. So basically what the wall does is, okay, we got a nice buy in there. Basically what the wall strategy does is give you the ability of being able to get in here. And if for some reason you weren't able to put your 2 SOL, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be like, man, I wish I would have put 2 SOL right here, because the whole point of this is for you to constantly be winning. If you see my top bar right here, all you see is green. Okay, you all see green. This is basically how you want to trade. You want this to be green. Like, you don't want red, you want green. Okay, so these are plays that I'm in here, and these plays are my it's gonna be my part of my video of Road to 1,000 Solana. And these are trades that I'm heavily invested in. That should theoretically, just on these trades alone, I should hit the 1,000 Solana in less than let's, I would say less than I don't know, I don't want to put a date to it, but it should be fairly close. And of course, I'll show you, I'll share it with you guys once we get there. So right now we're back to the 200K floor here. And unfortunately, guys, you won't see this type of trading in any other channel. Usually, a lot of people pre-record. I am literally doing this live. And the thing is I am in the trenches with you guys. Like, I am in VCs, I am in TG. I'm on X. I'm basically everywhere where I'm trying to trade like an average person. No insider information, no, none of that information in general. Even though sometimes I do get, people message me like, yo, we're launching this coin, check it out. But it's not usually like that. So it's, it's just about being able to trade here. So right now we're consolidating here in this nice 2K floor, right? So we're consolidating here. I do expect this to dip maybe back to 150. If it doesn't dip back to 150, that's perfectly fine. But as long as we're holding, bro, 125 gain here on 0.75, that is some really nice return. You can literally be like, you know what? I am gonna go buy some lunch with that. I'm gonna buy some dinner. Take my girl on a date. Maybe, it's like if we get to 2 Solana, that's like about, what, $300, right? So that's pretty good. And if you do $300 a day, that's actually pretty good. And that's just you putting a little bit in here. We would have put the rest of it in here. We would have put the other 0.75 in here. That would do pretty well. So theoretically speaking, like if I wasn't making this video, right, and we're waiting to hit this 300 mark here, I would have probably already exited out and be like, okay, cool. I made some really good returns. I doubled my money, and we're good on to the next coin. But I feel like this one does hit the 300K market cap here. So we're gonna wait it out. It might even go more than 300K market cap. Now the question is, do I want to stay in this play for that long period of time, right? Do I want to sit here and either just watch the chart, or do I want to sit in here and figure out if this is gonna hit 500K, if it's not gonna hit 500K? Me personally, I'm just want to be in here till it hits 300K. I'm perfectly fine with that. Some people like to, stay in longer because they feel like, okay, you know what? I think it's going to go higher. It could probably hit a mil, But for this particular play, I am just playing the 300K market cap here, and it's consolidating very beautiful. Every single time we're getting a nice little floor. It gets eaten, it gets consumed. But the great thing about that is that we haven't dipped it before our average. And even though right now, if we were to dip below our average, right? So let's say this would take a massive dump. As long as it's not the dev selling, right? If this would have taken a massive dump right here and it would go to like 60K, and it's not from the dev, it's just like from another wallet, I still would buy in, because eventually with the amount of holders that it has, it's going to correlate back up to above my average. Maybe I won't end up with 100 plus P&L, but I am going to end up in the positive. And remember, this is the whole point of the wall strategy, is that you are going to be able to always win, but you're going to limit your losses, which is extremely important. Unfortunately and luckily, we weren't able to buy, right? As of right now, I mean, the way this is looking, we weren't able to buy here below, but that's a good thing. But unfortunately, it's like I couldn't show you guys the other buy, but theoretically, you guys get the point. That's the thing with making these things live. You never know what's going to happen, right, when it comes to trading. But eventually I wanted to buy like right here. This was going to be my sweet spot to buy here. But we weren't able to. We weren't able to buy. Is that even a B? Bro, I'm telling you, man, I need to get like one of those pens where I could actually draw this nicely. So you guys won't make fun of my writing right there, right? But I do hope you guys are finding these videos helpful and informative. I want to make sure people, the main point of this channel, and the reason I made this channel, is because I want to make sure at least one person, I mean, if I could make multiple people, that would be amazing. But I want to make sure at least one person becomes a millionaire by what I'm teaching you guys, by the plays I make. And if I could get one person to become a millionaire, and they could, message me like, yo, I became a millionaire because of you, that would be something that would make me extremely happy. Of course, I would love to become a millionaire as well, but I'd rather one of you guys, win very highly, because I know if one of you guys win, I win as well, right? So that's a win-win for me. So that's basically what we're doing. But right now, we're correlating here. So if you're trading this coin, right, this is the point where you're like in a you're like in a driver's seat here, because you can literally say, you know what, I don't want to sit in this coin anymore. I am completely out. I am happy with 90% P&L. I mean, for some people, dude, that P&L that's actually pretty good. Like that's pretty impressive. Okay, for going to a coin, you haven't checked the TG, you haven't checked anything. That's actually a really impressive coin. Now I could literally go to their X account in the meantime because I'm not really that afraid that the dumps like completely dumps. I think it probably gets all the way down to like 150 and then it bounces back up. That's just me. Let's go check their X account, see what they're doing real quick. Before we do anything. So on their X account, their profile, it's loading. So they have a ticker, they have 67 followers. 500k is the next step. Okay, so they're constantly active here. Okay, which is, I mean, 3 posts, not bad, not bad at all. I didn't check their website. You know, theoretically, I should probably have checked this. Okay, so the website's not that bad. Okay, so the website's not bad. Let's go back here to Astro. So, you know, kind of what we thought it was going to get that 150 dip. I do expect this to kind of get a nice little. Oh, dude, I hate how this is correlating here wrong. Okay, let me go here. Yeah. So what we do? Why is it still on the drawing here? What we want to do here is we want to move this way. We're going to stretch it out just a little bit more. And basically what I'm going to wait for here is I don't want to stretch this video too long because I think we're like in 21 minutes. We're going to wait for this nice little 250 push and we're going to exit at 250. I did want to wait till like, you know, till I hit 300, but then we're going to be here for 30 minutes till this hits 300. So we're going to wait for this 250 bounce and then we'll exit. I'll show you guys exactly what we're going to be winning here if it does hit 250 because it already hit 250. So 250 is about, let's see, 250. We're looking at, we're making 1.8. So that's not bad, guys. That's actually pretty good. I mean, we could hold on here for 300, right? I do expect this, like I said, I expect this bounce back to go to 300 right now. So I do expect that to happen. But I just don't want to extend the video too long where you guys are like chilling here watching the chart, you know, and stuff like that. But that's basically what we're doing. Now, if for some reason you guys are panicking and you guys are like, you know what, I don't want to be in this play too long, but I don't want to lose, you could actually set your limit loss and say, you know what, I'm going to exit whenever it comes right here. I don't want to lose more than 50%. And the bullets will automatically sell for you. Okay, so it'll automatically sell for you so you don't have to be sitting here looking at the chart. And you can literally set a limit to like when to sell. So like if you want to say, you know what, I want to sell when it hits 300, you can also limit that as well. I have videos going over all those guides and how to set everything up and how to make sure you navigate this correctly. But basically that's what we're looking for. So right now we're correlating. It's going to hit back to 200 and we'll exit at 250. I think 250 would be a nice little spot here for us to exit here. We are getting a couple buys, a couple sells, and we're monitoring. The great thing is that the holder count is going up. So as you guys saw, we were like at 1,000 something. Now it's we've got 100 more holders, which is pretty good, pretty solid, especially for such an early launch here. You know, I was looking at this coin when it was right here, when it hit this peak and it dumped, and I was like, oh no, it's crap, it dumped. I was like, that's not gonna do so well. But once I saw it peak to 80, 90 and hold that for a long time, I was like, this is a pretty solid coin I'm gonna get into. I wasn't watching Pump.Fun at that time because I was looking at another coin that seems to be very promising. But I just want to make sure like the dev doesn't rug or anything like that before I call it or anything like that. But we got into this coin. We're doing pretty good. You know, let's hit 100 and then we'll exit. I mean, doubling my money is always a win-win for me. So right now we're just kind of wait for that because I don't want to extend this video. And I was hoping this would get like a nice heavy push. You know, it is pretty early in the United States, so you know a lot of people are sleeping. So the majority of these buys are coming from the Asia side of thing, the UK side of thing. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna wait for another nice little push here, and then once it hits 100, I'll probably sell off. I just don't want to be in this token too long. But you saw we hit you know, all the way to 240. Yeah, so I could literally have stolen up here. Nice little profit gains here. But you know, 0.75 to 1.33, that's actually pretty good. Like I said, I do expect it to come down to like 145 and get another nice little bounce here. But we're gonna see what it does. See if it gets a nice retracement. Now, it's extremely important that you are extremely careful when you buy and sell. Because what tends to happen if you sell on this red candle, which is kind of what I'm saying, if you sell on this red candle right here, it will literally, if it does this little, like, you know, that big line that it does, that, you know, that like lines like this, and it lines drops like that, that is dangerous ground. That is dangerous ground because literally wherever that line touches, that is where it's gonna kind of put you guys in, right? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to sell at that point. So just like perfectly like I predicted, I said I was gonna hit the 150 mark. It was gonna bounce back up, and we're actually gonna sell once we hit the 250 mark here. Now this is getting eaten up by buys, but eating up by sells. So there is a really good amount of volume here. Based on the 5 minute, we have 60K volume. Let me check the 1 hour. So almost really good volume. The volume is crazy on this one. So right now we are gonna wait for us to at least get. I wanted to hit. I wanted to just exit at 100. But you know the video is already at 25 minutes, so we're gonna exit at 80. We're gonna exit at 80%. I think 80% is perfectly fine here. We're at 50% here, so we're pretty solid. And let's wait for this nice little bounce back that we get here, and then we should be really good. So right, once again, we're gonna exit at once it hits 80 here, and we should be good. So 80 puts us like around. I think 80% puts us around. Yeah, so 80% will put us around. What's 80% here? 80%. No, that's not 80%. That is, hold on. That is about, it's going to put us about right here. So, yeah, like about 212. Like around 212, right? 212 should give us like about 80% here. So we should be getting that shortly here. So we're going to go back here to the market, and we're going to manually sell this. So right now it's 70. We're going to wait for this to go a little bit higher. So right now we're at 75. And the great thing about buying using the wall strategy is like you're not in panic mode, right? Usually what tends to happen, people enter panic mode and it's like sell because you're panicking. So you wanna avoid that. So we're gonna go here to the sell. We're gonna sell 100% here. We're at 83. Should I push it? Should I get greedy and be like, you know what? Let's just wait for the 100. I could be greedy, and you know, right now it's at 95. Should I be greedy? Should I be greedy? So you guys let me know in the comment section, I'm greedy or not greedy. Now let's just go ahead and sell. So you guys can see the video. Right now 80% here. And we should be good here. All right, so let's go ahead and hit that sell button. And we did some nice printing. 1.3. That's actually pretty good. You know, eventually I think this does hit 300. But right now we're completely out of this position, and we got a nice wick candle there. That would have been nice if we would have gotten that sell at 2 right there. But if we look at our position right here, guys, we entered with 0.7, and now we sold at 1.3, which is a pretty good P&L of plus 80. So we go to our flex here. 0.6 soul. Not bad at all. And like I said, I think this still hits 300. So you know, I could have stayed in this position a little bit longer, and you know, it would have hit 100, and it would have done a little bit better because you see, guys, here it's going up. But with this strategy, with this wall strategy, I was able to limit my loss. I entered nicely here. I was actually not entering in a full clip. I was waiting for a lower dip. It did not dip, you know, luckily, and also unfortunately, because for the video I kind of wanted to get that dip. But as you see here, this is how you could always win when you're training meme coins. You have to use the wall strategy. And once again, the best way you guys can do is share this with your friends, share this with your family, so they learn the strategy as well. So they're always winning as well. I hope you guys enjoying our content here on the channel. We are doing the huge for you guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And they hit 200. Let's go.